Today's September 24th, 2025, and the NASDAQ 100 is walking on a razor's edge here, pinned inside of a rising wedge setup with a ceiling of the 24,700 handle, a fib extension that feels less like resistance and more like a loaded spring here, where the floor could be at the 24,200 handle, and that is the line where hesitation will ultimately, I believe, turn into collapse, where the candles have completely shifted now, and this isn't free-flowing momentum anymore. It is hesitation, where a cluster of indecision right underneath this rising wedge resistance level. Momentum is additionally confirming this, as the RSI is cooling from overbought conditions, and the MACD flattening with its signal line, where stochastics is beginning to roll over in a bearish crossover state. The engine is still running, but its overheating is now within the red zone. As for the bulls and or levered long traders, the mission is simple. They need a break above the 24,700 handle cleanly with conviction, and I believe the market will ultimately melt higher into the 25,000 and or maybe 25,600 handle, right up above an additional fib extension. But as for the bears and or short sellers, the real story will begin if 24,200 fails. And I believe that's when the wedge will ultimately become a coffin, where the pits will lie deeper amongst the 24,000 handle, 23,800, ultimately challenging this concealed ascending price support level, waiting for an additional breakdown sell signal if and when the scenario occurs. And this is where the market could get dangerous. Its compression throughout this span of time would only pin deeper, like standing inside of a dark alley with two walls that are beginning to close in here, and one wrong step and the escape will ultimately turn into a trapped door, dragging its 50-day moving average and a test that hasn't occurred in quite some time, going back since May, the beginning. And I believe the line in the sand will be a break of the 24,200 handle and the ascending price support level, and things could get extremely violent, where the jury deciding whether greed carries us upward or fear ultimately rips the floor out beneath our feet.